So today's video is Mustang mirrors. We're gonna go and show you how to remove, replace, and upgrade. Okay guys, so here's what we got going on today. We're going to upgrade to these mirrors from these mirrors. This is the 2005 to 2009. This is 2010, 11, and 12. So these are very, very similar. Bolt pattern, the plug is identical, well, because it should. So I'm going to show you all the tools you may or may not need for your install. Got the 7/16 wrench, trim tool, or a screwdriver, depending on how careful you are. You may need a ratchet with the size 11mm and extended, depending on your comfortability. And you will need something bigger than 13/64 on the drill bit. I'm trying to get it to focus here. So you're going to need something bigger than that to drill your hole for these bolts. So another tool you will need is a Dremel tool. So in order to cut off the tabs and smoothen them out, I used this to cut off the tabs. This was extra. This grinder came with my kit, and this was about 70 bucks or so from Home Depot. So these are all the tools you may or may not need, but made my life a lot easier with this install. So, to get to your mirror, you got to take this piece off, and then it's got 3 bolts. So using a trim tool, pop and pop, ta-da, easy access. Okay, so like I said, 3 bolts, and it's all you got to take off, and you just got to unplug this. So we're going to undo this right now and see what we can do really quickly. Oh, wrong way. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's a little tough to do solo. All right, so we got it in there. We squeezed it in. We're golden. All right, so basically loosen this bolt and get it out, and then just turn it by hand. All right, guys. So I've come to learn that 7/16 will work in place of the 11mm, which is good for me. All right, well, I'm just going to try this. This is taking a lot longer than I anticipated, but now I know how easy it can be for anyone. Come on, come on. I just don't want to lose this piece. There we go, number 3. So, let's see how easy this comes out. And there you have it. Lickety split. Super duper easy. And there's the exposed door section. So, that's that. Not hard. Not hard at all. Anybody can do it. Takes seconds. All right, so if you've gotten to this part, you can now swap out your old mirror, and you could swap in the new mirror, bolt it in, and good to go For those who are here for the 10, 11, and 12, this is where you need to continue watching. Here we go. I'm going to keep going. But now for the part that needs to be shown for those who are looking to upgrade to these mirrors. First, we are going to start with this. So there are little tabs here that I have a Dremel that I'm going to try and cut off and make that completely flat as possible. So when that's completely flat, that's one less part that I have to take care of. But I'm gonna look to do that right about now. This is the tabs that need to get removed, and then the bolts we will take care of later when installing onto the door. Here we go. So that's part A. All right, on with the show. All right, changing this piece to the grinder so we can smoothen it down and not have a problem. That's a problem. Not a problem. Okay, here we go. Okay, piece is on. Okay, so this part is practically smooth enough. I'm gonna smoothen it a little more just because. All right, it's good enough. All right, now for this part. It's all right. Gotta smoothen it out a little more. Okay, that's as close of a smoothening job we're gonna get to. So now we're gonna do the same with the other side. All right, so for those who are interested to see how you upgrade, come on, focus. All right, so you have to drill the bottom one here, right about there. You gotta cut the opening for the switch right about there, and then you gotta drill this top one out a little bit to the side. So nothing's easy. All right, here, let's see if we can get the video. Oh, here we go. Hold up. There you go. Lights, camera, action. Okay, so where the first bolt is that I'm focusing on, that's where you got to drill. So this is the spot in which you need to drill in. You will have to drill some of this out. The bottom one is okay, and this one you may have to drill down or drag it down, which is looking like what I'm gonna have to do. So stay tuned. We're gonna try to show you this stuff. Okay guys, so here's where I started the first hole. Obviously the goal is to make a hole with a drill bit that's as big as the screw itself. So usually you want to kind of compare it and see if that'll be big enough. This one should be big enough. So I started with a very small hole. So here's better lighting. So I started with a very small hole, and so we drilled in. I'm gonna try with this bit now and see if I can make it even bigger. And that should be the start. So I can get this bit in, and then it'll lead to the screws going in nice and, flush. That other size was 3/16, so this is 13/64, and we're gonna hope that this makes a bigger hole. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands, sorry. Okay, so to update you guys, let me see if I can get this to show. So the hole that I drilled was good enough, so now I gotta work on this top one, and should almost be perfectly good to go. But this just shows the hole that I drilled is perfectly big enough. So you gotta go a little bit bigger than 7/32, I believe, and that's what just worked for me. And let's see, so this top one is the next one. I'm not sure if I'll have to open this, but something tells me I will, because if you look at how the sensor for the mirror is just hanging there, yeah, might have to. All right, guys, so we got hole number 1, hole number 2, which I left as is, and then hole number 3, I kind of started the hole here, as you can see, and then I moved it over slightly this way. So don't have like the best methodology to drill in, but I'm using a drill with a pretty good drill bit. So I'm gonna try to make this a little bit bigger, make this a little bit smoother for me to pop the mirror in. This is what the mirror is gonna look like. All right, I'm gonna show you the footage in 3, 2, 1. So it's pretty flush. It's just a pinch that it's out of place up top here, as you can see. Just some of the plastic. I may try to see about fixing it, but right now it looks pretty good. It's pretty on. I just have to tighten the bolts and it would last. So I'm gonna check it out in a minute. All right, so these are all tightened and torqued. Just plug this in. Gonna pop this back in. Ta-da. All right, so we're gonna control it. Looks good. Looks good. All right, let's close the door, see how she looks. Looks pretty clean. Looks pretty good. It's not going anywhere. It's bolted in the 3 spots and plugged in. Looks pretty good. So these are the 2 locations that I drilled into the door. Once you're done, you have to cover with a lead-based paint to prevent rust. So what you want to do with the paint is you want to gently dab it on. You don't want to spray because then it runs, but use your finger or a napkin. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. The mirror came out fantastic. I love it. I love the little blinder spot. It's just perfect. And now with that, I'm just really happy with it. So we're going to do the passenger side next. I've already started getting those clips together and grouping everything, but I'm going to do the passenger side next, and you guys can watch that and leave me comments below on if you tried it, if you haven't tried it, if you haven't even thought of it, and let me know down below. I want to hear the feedback. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Stay safe and have a good one. Peace. Stay tuned for our next video. Thanks for watching.
Say bye-bye.